Awesome, awesome. No worries. Thank you so much, Seneca Wilson and Nia Sparks, for allowing me to speak in this environment with you all today. I'm also super excited to be a part of this Building Better Students platform. I mean, how amazingly wonderful is it, right, to be able to have this platform to come to and hear so many amazing speakers. I don't know about you all, but I've been taking notes. So I'm going to encourage you right now, before we move forward, that you get a pen and a piece of paper and start to take some notes. Okay, let me give you a little tip when it comes to being leaders in this world and taking notes. So when you leave today, this is how much you will remember about what we talked about today. When you wake up tomorrow, this is how much you are going to remember about today. When you get up the next day, right? This is how much you're going to remember. So just notice that every single day, if you don't have this written down, you are going to lose this knowledge. So I encourage you right now to make sure you grab a pen and a piece of paper to listen in. All right. So, as mentioned earlier, my name is Coach Ashley Carter. I am a confidence and motivational speaker. I'm a confidence coach as well. And currently, I also coach at the University of Washington for softball. So, I'm super excited to be able to share in this environment with you. And so, listen, my mission is not only to motivate and inspire you, but it is to empower you to own your power. Let me say that again. It's not to inspire and motivate you, but it is to empower you to own your power. So some might ask me, well, what does that exactly mean? How do I own my power? So first, let me tell you what the definition of power is. It is doing whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. And so what that means right there is that you literally have the ability to lead in any direction that you would like to lead. And we're asking you today to just learn how to lead with power. So leading with power is to understand that you have this uniqueness about you that is different than everybody else. I know one of the speakers mentioned the stat that I also mentioned in my speaking, where you have 7 million people in this world, yet there's only one of you. Even in the midst of having an identical twin, their thumbprint is different than yours, which means you are unique. And you have to recognize that right away. I want you to know that you have the ability to own your time. You have the ability to own your worth. You have the ability to own your value. And simply enough, that is what I want to teach you today. It's not about leading other people before you learn how to lead yourself. And so, why am I so passionate about this subject? The reason why is because for many, many years in my life, I was not able to lead my own power. I struggled a lot with connection, right? With my lack of feeling love and worth and value. I struggled with being the best version of myself that I can be. I listened to the opinions of other people. I let other people tell me what I was going to be doing in life, where I was going to be going in life, what I was destined for. But thankfully, I realized and learned that I was destined for so much more. So sometimes when we grow up, like we have these experiences. For me, at 7 years old, my parents got divorced. And so I already started to feel this sense of abandonment. My dad left, he was never around. I struggled with that. Then, if you notice, I kind of wear a hat. I started to dress a little different than other people. And so sometimes our differences are things that people see blinders to, and then they put us in these categories or these boxes. And so as that started to happen, that's where I continued to put myself. I was conditioned to believe that I was destined for what they were telling me I was destined for. But gratefully, I got into sports. And even in the minute of getting into sports, there was a little bit of moment where I felt the value and worth when I made a basket or when I hit a home run. Those were the only moments where I felt like I was enough, where I was valued. My parents and my friends and the crowd would always, cheer when I would do those things. But when I didn't do the great things in life or those things that they thought were great, I didn't feel that sort of love and value. But thankfully, I had a coach in my 11th grade year of high school who 100% spoke and saw the hidden potential in me. He spoke life into me. I mean, literally, I went to him to talk about, hey, I want to continue on this path to be an athlete because I think this is where I can build connection, where I can build value, where I can feel worthy because I was doing these things. However, what he told me that day will change my life forever. What he said to me was that I wasn't just only good enough to be an athlete, but I saw the game differently and I was destined for more greatness than just shooting a basket or hitting a home run. And so what he sparked in me is the ability to realize that I can be this to someone else. So it's amazing how sometimes our pain becomes our purpose. So now what I do, I've been coaching for 16 years of my life. Literally from that day, I went down to a community college. a community program, and I started coaching in high school, and I've been coaching ever since. And it's for that very reason, is to help see the hidden potential, to unlock the hidden potential in the athletes that I see every single day. So I want to help make sure that you also have the ability to lead with power, to recognize your uniqueness, your value, and your worth. And there are 5 principles that I want to give to you today that's going to help you to do that. So again, make sure you have some paper and some pen, because 5 principles is quite a lot, all right? But it's going to be easy for you to remember because it is in the acronym of power. So P, recognize first. You've heard it all day today. I mean, Ben spoke about it. There's so many people that spoke about it. We talked about P being this idea that you have a purpose for your life. Recognize that you have something that is unique that the world needs to hear. So you have purpose. Recognize that. Even if no one else tells you that today, remember that Coach Ashley Carter told you that you have purpose. You belong here. You deserve to be here. All right. The second thing I want you to know is the O. Now, O stands for being outstanding. Now, let me tell you a little bit about that. As a leader, okay, you're going to be in the forefront in so many ways that you may not be ready to accomplish or do in that moment. But sometimes when we're in these spaces of middle school and high school, we sometimes like to follow the crowd. But I'm going to tell you right now that you have to be outstanding. You have to be the one that stands out in those moments. So I'm going to ask you as another principle to stand out, okay? Be outstanding. The next thing is kind of an internal thing. It goes along with your purpose. It goes along with you loving yourself first, right? So with this, you have to recognize that you are unique. You have a wow factor that is better and bigger because it's your purpose and your life to have. So know that you have a wow factor that, again, pushes you above others, but it's something that's internal within you. So make sure you have that. And the next thing I want you to know, there are a lot of people in this world, and there are a lot of people that have goals, but a lot of times people have goals, but they don't make the steps or take the steps to get to those goals. Some people like to be average, okay? So average people have goals, but people who are above average have excellent goals. So I'm gonna ask you today to be excellent, okay? To live in your excellence, to do the things that other people are not willing to do. For instance, with our team, they're usually count in 5s and 10s and 15s. It's just something that people do when they exercise. But however, for our particular program, we try to add 1 more to each rep that we do, not because we want to be average, but because we want to be the best. And in order to be the best, we have to go a little bit above and beyond. So let's be excellent. And the last thing that I want us to be able to do is I want us to recognize that we're gonna have tough times. We're going to struggle with so many great things that happen in our lives. But I want you to know that you are resilient, that you have the ability to let certain things of what people say to you, what other images that people have of you, like these boxes that they put on you, you have the ability to get out of those spaces if you choose to. So I'm going to encourage you that you will have hard times, but that you are strong enough to overcome those hard times. You are resilient. So my 5 principles as I leave with you today is that I want you to know that you have purpose, okay? I want you to know that you are outstanding. I want you to know that you have a wow factor. You have to believe that within yourself. You have a wow factor. I want you to know that you are excellent. Live in that excellence. And I want you to know that you are resilient. So before we leave today, here's what I'm looking for you to do. I know I can't see you, but I want you to stand up for me for 1 moment. Everybody, if you can, just stand up. Okay, as you stand up, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take 1 step forward. Okay, what you have just done is that some people like to talk the talk, but you just walked the walk. So make sure today and every day that you lead with your power. Y'all have a great day. Thank you so much for this time. Appreciate it.